Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ali G.
Pat Buchanan.
I'm G.
Yeah, G.
You're Ali G.
Yeah.
Ali G. Says here, Sandwich War. This is an interview with Pat Buchanan.
Yeah.
American politician. I've watched a little bit where, I think it was on Conan. I think we both watched it, where he says, he was asking him, as Sacha Baron Cohen, he was saying to him, how do people buy into you? With Ali G, he said you have some of the most famous people in the room with you. They're not from around the world, politicians, actors, sports people. He said, how did you get them to believe what you were doing? They know that you were you were that person sort of thing. He said, you just act daft around them when it was pre-interview. He said, so for instance, he said, when he's talking about Pat Buchanan, he said, when I met Pat Buchanan, he said, what's your name again? And he says, Pat Buchanan. He went, how do you spell that? And he went, B-U-C-H. He went, no, Pat. How do you spell Pat?
But how is that going to get him an interview with them?
But he's like, because he's already agreed to interview at this point. He said, but you've got to make him think that you're the idiot. You're a proper full-on idiot.
Yeah.
And then he sort of like lean into it a little bit more. That I'm dealing with an idiot here.
Yeah.
And they're talking to him like an idiot.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And that's how it become very funny. Yeah. But he's for me, Ali G. I think Ali G is the best character that Sacha Baron Cohen's done.
Yeah.
I think it's the original, and he's by far the best.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so let's have a look at this one anyway. Ali G. Sandwich War, it says, but I think it's the interview with Pat Buchanan.
Booyakasha. Check this out. The election in America is a well important thing. So you better understand the politics of it. That's why I was here with none other than my main man, Mr. Patrick Buchanan. So you better listen up and recognize. So how long was you president for?
0.
What?
I didn't make it. I failed.
Ain't there the problem if you have an election every however many years, that if someone don't tell the whole truth, you've got him for like 4 years, isn't it?
If the people make a mistake, they have to live with it for 4 years, or they get their Congress to throw the president out.
But sometimes people lie to get in. Like when me went for my interview for McDonald's in Staines, he said that me would work well hard. But the moment me got in there, me was eating like 15 McChicken sandwiches a day and selling little bit of McGanja on the side. And them only actually chucked me out when them found me where...
McGanja. Do you know one thing that I never get with Ali G when he's doing the characters as Ali G? How does he keep a straight face?
No, I know, especially that Bruno one we
got,
watched as well. That was crazy how he didn't laugh
yeah.
at that when he was like moving positions.
He's got, exactly. Yeah. He's got to have that like mental block on him where he just sort of like goes, right, this is me in character, and seriously, this is me.
Yeah.
He's got to have that mental sort of like strength to do it.
I wonder if he like acts like it off camera for a long amount of time, so he's so in the zone.
Could be, because it's just, I mean, the
That'll
film.
be hard.
The LG, have you ever seen the LG film?
I've watched it like 3-4 times.
It's funny. Go back a little bit on that.
little bit of McGanja on the side, and them only actually chucked me out when them found me wearing the Ronald McDonald costume, boning me Julie in the boat.
Here's what you do. When you're there, then you're
The side, and them only actually chucked me out when them found me wearing the Ronald McDonald costume, boning me Julie in the boat.
Here's what you do. Then. When you're there, then your organization has rules whereby they can throw you out.
All right.
We have rules whereby you can throw out the president.
Does you think that religion should be taught in schools?
If it's voluntary, yes. If it's mandatory, no.
Does you think there's a way for people to make the way them teach religion more interesting?
Yes.
Does you think?
The movie, The Passion of the Christ,
All right.
is a very effective teaching tool, I think.
I heard they ain't as good as Lethal Weapon 3.
No, I think it's slightly better than Lethal Weapon 3.
Ain't it basically a bit of a rip-off of Gladiator?
No, it's not at all.
But it's like that kind of thing, isn't it?
No, it's about the death and crucifixion of Christ.
Ain't you scared, though, that because it's made so much cash, it will just make a sequel and it won't be as good, like, you know, have the bloke
Probably.
come back to life, whatever. What else is the election going to be fought on this year?
It'll probably be about Iraq.
Does you think that Saddam's ever was able to make these weapons of mass destruction, or whatever, or as they is called, BLTs?
Was Saddam able to make them?
Could he make BLTs?
Yes. At one time, he was using BLTs on the Kurds in the north.
Was it worth fighting a war over BLTs?
I don't think Saddam Hussein and Iraq were a threat to the United States, even if they had WMDs or BLTs, as long as they weren't nuclear
He
weapons.
looks like he's going to laugh.
You had the evidence that
Evidence.
Saddam had these BLTs in his house, would you have said yes, attack?
Not unless he had, if he had anthrax, if he had mustard gas.
Whatever
No.
he put in them.
No. If he had mustard gas, no.
Let's say he didn't have mustard and the BLTs just was plain. Would you have been able to go in there then?
No.
Is it ever worth fighting a war over sandwiches?
Is it ever worth fighting a war? Yes.
If you becomes president again, what will you do?
I would change the whole country dramatically, and that's why I'm not going to be president.
Yo! Yo, for real. I was feeling that, man. Yo, is you mashed or something? You was like so giggly.
Well, I'm not.
You had a little puff before.
Well, you got a little puff before, sure.
Respect. Yo, you need a bit of some of my own imports. We'll talk business after. Yo, so listen, you lot out there, you better listen up to the words of my man Buchanan, because him know things about America and the election. Listen up, word up, keep it real, West Side. Big up yourself.
He must have left that so confused, surely.
Can you imagine going out to his advisor?
West Side.
What
What
have you
was
done?
that? Yeah.
You booked that, yeah.
Is this what all Brits are like?
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what Brits are turning into, Ali G, though?
Yeah.
Especially with the accent.
I know.
That's like a normal common accent amongst teenagers now, isn't
I
it? Yeah. Although I've never heard what accent it actually is. You know, but they all talk like that, don't they?
Yeah.
Innit, right?
Yeah.
He's got that like Jamaican sort of like slang bit to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he's funny though, isn't he?
He is very funny.
What a creation. Hey.
It's actually amazing how he's like done like
So
three
many.
different characters and he's not got people to know who he is when he's interviewing them and stuff.
I guess when he does these sort of like interviews with people, like, I mean, he had to go overseas and people, like I said, we missed the bit where he sort of went into deeper with it, where he was how would you get these people in the room. But it was just, he interviewed everyone.
Yeah.
It was like a serious sort of like concern. Like
Like, you know when he interviewed David Beckham? Like, did David Beckham know who he was? Yeah.
Yeah. It was like was it Comedy Relief or something
Yeah.
like that? Comedy Relief. Yeah, but he's a genius, I think. Like I said, very funny.
It's funny.
Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget like and subscribe. Big it up and all that, West Side. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.